Gradle is similar to Maven in that it's a build tool for your project. It's not exclusive to Java. You can use it for I think a couple other projects. Right now it's mainly used for Java. But looking at the roadmap for Gradle, which was made in 2012, and Maven was made in 2005, according to Wikipedia, I think, or it might have been 2002. But it gives you an idea. Like, this is the 10 years from when Maven was made. Now we have Gradle. Well, a little less than 10 years, but you get the point. Gradle is the new Maven. From my understanding, the differences between the two are just that Gradle uses something like a build file that's written in Groovy, and that kind of looks like this. Excuse me. And the advantages of doing this is that if you're doing some type of procedural programming, you're not going to be hindered by a gigantic XML file, which is going to get unmanageable quickly. Instead, you're going to have a nice manageable small set, which you can define a bunch of different tasks, which are like individual build life cycles. I don't know the terminology for it, but there's steps into building the whole project, and it's much easier to manage through here. And if you're already familiar with Java, a lot of the things that you can do with Gradle is configurable through Java or syntax that's very familiar to Java. So it works great for a lot of Java developers that are coming from Maven over to Gradle and that just haven't had a build environment at all ever. So I just wanted to make a tutorial about this. So the cool thing about this is, you know, I'm not going to do something like how do you install Gradle and stuff, but just looking at their help documentation that's in the CLI, there's a GUI for Gradle, which is pretty cool, which definitely gives you a nice overview of all the different options, the different tasks that you have available to you. And so you can, these are different tasks that we have available to us right now, and through this little GUI we can execute any one of these. So I'm just going to execute the help command again, and this is going to bring up the same menu, only here. Oh, this is a little bit different menu actually. This executed a help task, whereas mine was like a oh, excuse me, help option. To see more detail about a task, run Gradle help -task and then a task name. Oh, okay. So it gives us help documentation for each individual task. So let's start off this by showing you how to make a Java project from using Gradle. There's, whoops, I always do that. I can Control C and it closes that integrated terminal. So let's see, I'm in my Maven stuff right now, so let's get out of there and let's go to Gradle. Okay, so I'm in my Gradle project, which I just made a directory for. It's nothing like it's not like Maven where it makes a whole project for you and names it and everything. If we just do Gradle in it, it'll create the Gradle files necessary to perform a build. Notice that there's no source directory here because we didn't specify what type of initialization we wanted to do. There's a few different types, and so now what I'm going to have to do is either remove everything that says Gradle, and then and then I'm not really sure if we could overwrite that, but now I'm going to do init, and then I'm going to specify the options. So for the type, I'm going to do Java library, and this will make a Java project for you. So now you can see that we actually have a source directory here. So let's add this to our code editor. So here's Gradle tutorial. Here's my .gradle file, which has all of my task artifacts in there, and we can't see that here because if it has a dot in front of the file, it's hidden file notes. But if we did ls.la, there's a class path, the Gradle file, and settings file right there. So we have some stuff here that it made for us. It made the main, it made the test. Didn't provide like any artifact name or anything like that. It's just here's your library, here's all your stuff, and provides a really simple test just as a sample. And then the interesting thing about Gradle is it has this Gradle W file, and this is like an auto-generated script that you can use to build your project. And so if we do this and bring up the help documentation for that, it has like a lot of different options than the normal Gradle system. Actually, I think this is the different. No, it's the same thing. I was thinking it was the same because it says launch a Gradle GUI, but I guess you could do that from either option there. Let's see. Specifies the build file. So normally when I run an Android project, I always do something like this, and that'll build a project and also execute any unit test I have. So I'm just curious now to see what those actually mean. So lowercase c sets the build file, and then capital C is not here. So I think the reason capital C is not there as an option because I didn't specify enough things in my dependencies for it to be an option. All this stuff is auto-generated. This whole script is generated for us, and so let's just run that script by itself, see what it does. Okay, so it so it just brought up the help documentation again. So it wants us to define a task. So we'll get into what a task is and how we can utilize this file. What exactly is this file, and how is this different than just using the Gradle command line? Why do we even have this? So we'll figure all that stuff out. But thanks for watching right now.